Alright, see the big rain clouds? Going right over top of us and not dropping a single fucking thing. This is what happens. They go over us. I mean, directly over us. I mean, look at that. They go directly over us and they'll go about a mile and then they'll start dropping rain. I ain't never in my life. God must really hate us. You know, I don't know. Something's going on, or the government's putting these freaking chemtrails up in the air, and who the hell knows what's going on in this country anymore. And you can't even get a drop of freaking rain to come down. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, look at that. They're right there, all the way back there. And it just won't, it'll rain over top of the woods. You know, there's about 15 miles of woods right back there, all the way to Salisbury. About 15 miles of nothing but trees. And it'll start raining right about the time it hits the woods for 15 miles. Then it stops. So, I have no idea. It is what it is. It is, what is today, Saturday? I got the pickup washed, the boat washed, ready for tomorrow. And I'm gonna go start drinking, because this is some depressing shit. I got all them beans planted. We had a huge rain, missed us by a mile the other day. I mean, it was just like this over top of us. Over top of all the fields I planted. One drop, nothing. It got a mile down the road right where the wood starts. And it just unleashed for 30 minutes. I mean, puddles everywhere. And I needed that rain to get them beans up, of course. And beans have kind of sat there. I do have some up, but without rain, ain't gonna do nothing. So I took a chance. So if I don't get this rain, it's done like there's no rain for a week or two. So, although we did get the seed pretty cheap, it was treated seed that they couldn't get rid of anyway. And so we got really good deal on it. I mean, a really good deal. So, you know, even though I got time, fuel, stuff invested, at least I don't have a lot in the seed, because they couldn't dump them anyway. So they had to get rid of them. So we took them. And, but I'd like for them to grow. I'd like to get some rain. If we don't get this storm today, then they're done, history. We're just gonna have to put wheat where I planted the beans. So, unless some miracle happens. But anyway, that is the rant for today. Oh, and did y'all see the redacted report on Trump? Tell me this government isn't corrupt. Tell me Biden, the FBI, CIA, ATF, tell me all of them are corrupt. If you can't say that they're corrupt, then you're just part of the problem. So, enough said. So I just started cutting the 112-day Pioneer. It's the P1222, just to get the field open up, the end rows, and some short point rows that I had to do. And it's not doing bad. This is a sandy field once again. The word's sandy, but I think the good field is over there. But there's spots that are good, spots that are bad. So, but overall, it feels like it's doing, or it's going to do a decent job. Seems like it anyway. So it's right around 200 bushels. Then you'll hit a sandy spot, it'll go down 175. But I feel like overall, it's going to do pretty decent. This is a sandier field than the other one I got it planted in. So, I think this is what I can look forward to with our late corn. Hit a sandy spot, it drops down, and it'll pick back up. But overall, it's doing alright. Not doing too bad. kind of when you get off the sand hills, it really jumps up perfect, like you think it would do. And then hit a sand hill, like you'll see there, I'm coming up on a low spot. So to drop, like this end of the field is sandier than the other end. So you go from 220, 230 to 130. You lose 100 bushels on these sand hills. It's just crazy how bad it is. I mean, irrigation would fix all this, but we don't own this farm, so. But it's going to average out pretty decent. Like this right here is a real sandy spot. You can see the white sand between the rows there. So, but overall, I think it'll average basic, you know, halfway decent. But it is what it is. You got the good part of the fields and the bad part, but irrigation would solve a lot of this problem. Coming off, so you can see it's sandy right in this. There's like a hill runs all the way through, and then you start picking up the better ground. This is a pretty big farm for us. I think it's 250, something like that. I mean, you can put a lot of pivots on this farm right here and make it perfect. I mean, it would be a really good farm. It's just, plus we didn't have rain. We just did get a little shot of rain the other day, a couple of tenths. But this corn right here was already made, so it helped the beans out a little bit. But water would definitely have helped this crop a little bit more. But we didn't get it. I think we didn't have rain for 44 days, is what they said. But it's doing good. You can see where I come off the sand. It gets back up in high yield. And then, so that's pretty much what the corn will do on good, decent ground. 240 I saw, and then you'll hit this spot right here, and it'll drop back down, and then it gets good again. There's just little sand spots through this field right here that definitely eat it up. As you can see, it dropped down to 87 in that one spot, and then now it's going to climb back up. And that's what a lot of people, when I say sand hills, people don't understand what I'm talking about, that watch it from a different area that has nothing but 6 foot of topsoil. We got sandy spots, and then see it jumps back up to 200. It's just how we farm around here, but it averages out pretty good. But them sandy spots just kill you from, you know, averaging 200 and some bushels. You know, you might average anywhere from 150 to, you know, 180, 190, but you can never average on that 200 unless you got a field that's just no sand at all. But we're still hitting 240, 250 in this area for as sandy as it is, so you can't complain for so much. Now the other field on the other side of the property that I got the 112 day on, it doesn't have as much sand, so I can't wait to show you what it's going to do there, because you can just see the difference in the two fields. Not doing bad. When you get the good spots, it's really good corn. Then you'll hit a little sandy spot, it drops down, and then you'll get back on good ground and it'll start going up again. So I think overall it's going to be a good hybrid. Around here, as you can see, see the red. That's where I start getting back in on this sand hill right here. You can see how it drops down because I'm up on it. So, but if I can hit spots 260 and stay around 120, 140 on the sand, it's going to average out pretty decent. Especially considering the year we've had with the lack of rain. where I had, there's a 90-acre field back there. That's where the 85-day corn was at, and it was really dry that you watched me harvest. It was 15% right out of the field. You can see here's the sand hill. You can see how it runs over that way a little bit and then it stops. So I'm hoping when I get on that side of the field I can do a whole row of this corn just to see exactly how good it actually is without having some. You can see some of these bad spots right here that's sandy. There you go, that's the sand. So when you talk about dry land corn, that's dry land corn. See how white that is? Some of it didn't even grow and some of that grow. And then it kind of get off the sand, start hitting the good better ground. Still sandy, but it's way better than that sand hill is back there. You'll see you'll go from, you should start climbing a little bit, I would think. Then you'll hit a sandy spot again. It's like sandy, good, sandy, and then good for a while, and then sandy again. But it's still not doing bad for, you know, what it is in the year we've had. Like I said, it's just, we didn't have rain forever. And that's now. We had, you know, we'd have a little bit of showers here and there throughout the growing season, but nothing like it was last year. Was a good year. We got rain constantly. This year, with the chemtrails in the air from the government, no, we didn't have good rain. But it jumps up. You have your good spots, and then you'll go back in some bad spots, and then you'll jump up to good spots. Just how it is. But as long as it stays close to that, I'm happy. Good morning. Show you the beans coming up in the corn. Look pretty good. So here you go. Camera never seems to do it justice. Now remember they were drilled in, so, but damn if they don't look, looks pretty damn good. Just need to keep getting some rain. They're coming all the way across, so very happy. There you go, you can see a lot better. So that's a good sign anyway. They look good. Let's just hope we can get rain and get the last ones that I did up. They're coming up in spots. But we just need some rain to bring the rest of the way up. If I can get through September, October, 2 months of growing, they're going to grow a lot faster and put pods on a lot faster because the days are getting shorter, and they know they got to speed up and get going. So, but it looks good. Very happy so far. Yeah, I mean, we just need rain. That's all we need is rain. We'll just see what it does. We're taking a break from cutting. We did cut yesterday, and it was running anywhere from 19 to 20. I like cutting corn anywhere from 18 to 20 because you don't have any butt shelling off of it, but Big Lou likes to cut as dry as he can, and then we have a lot of header loss, so I don't know. So we're gonna wait a couple days and then get rolling again. It is what it is. I'd say that's pretty good corn. It's a little wet, the inroads are. That I'm cutting the inroads are wet, and then when you get out in the field, it's running like 16, 17%. It's the seek and salt. I know it's 108 day. I don't know the number yet, but it is doing phenomenal. Very impressed with this corn. Very impressed. Looks good. The ears are full. I still think planting corn early the way to go. So this is a sand hill that I'm up on right now, and it's still doing good. See how it's dried down more? So pretty impressed with it. There's a green spot right here. I haven't figured out why it is right on the sand. You can see this green spot, and then watch. It's sand here and it's sand there, but for some reason that sand, it's still doing good though. And then you get this crap and it's sand. It's the same sand. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Pretty good corn right there. That is crazy good. Fraction wet. I'm in a bottom. I'm in a bottom right here, just opening up the field. But if you look at it, I mean, I'm getting all the corn. There ain't no butt loss. I wish we had our own dryer. Anytime you can hit 300 bushels in a bottom, you're doing something. It's just steady bringing it in there too. So. Just you go through a green spot, and if you watch, it'll dry back down again. Then you'll hit a green spot, and it'll dry back down. Like this right here is a real dry, bad spot and a bottom. So as you can see, the moisture goes down, so does the yield. But that's pretty good, consistent corn right there. I think it's good corn. Very good corn. First year we ever tried it. For some reason, the only thing about this corn is the end rows were 21. We took them into the dryer. The end rows are 21, and when you get out in the field, it's running 17, 18. I mean, it's as dry as it, you know, that's the way I want to cut it, but I don't understand why the end rows aren't drying out first. You would think they hit the sun the most. You would think they would be the driest, but they're not. So field right here, I've cut the end rows off, and it was 21 on the end rows, but the rest of the field is dry as hell. Really good corn. It's good looking corn too, but it's, man, it's some good bushel corn. I mean, it's yielding great. I've yet to say I've hit over 300 bushels in Pioneer yet this year. So right now this corn right here is beating Pioneer. And I'm a Pioneer guy, but damn, this is some good corn. Really good corn. I know you're tired of hearing that, but it's the truth. The first year we've tried it. So very impressed with it. Now granted, it is a little bit wetter in that bottom, but at least you're getting all of it. Let's see if that was a fluke or if that bottom is that good. So, let's see what it does. I'm coming up on it where it hit 300 earlier. Let's see if it comes close to that this time. Close to it. Let's see what she does here. That's close to 300. It won't hit it, but it was close. 280 something. That's still good. And I actually don't even have a row. I'm missing a row because where I'm playing them close together, I took that row out and get ready to pick it up now. Right there, you'll see I started getting it. So it was doing 280 on 7 rows. I didn't even have all 8 rows cut. Pretty damn good. Now let's see what it does here. I just hit 313. I couldn't get the phone up quick enough. 322. 336. Yes, it is a little wet. It's just opening up the field at the bottom so the air can start flowing through. But that's pretty much what the field's doing. That's some good damn corn. Good corn. I just did get this field right here. This here's the last pass. I'm going to go over there and finish opening up that field. And like I said, the end rows are wet, but the rest of it, when you get in there, it dries out. So I don't understand it. All right, so the field I was in is over there. It's a little green like you saw the end rows were. So now I come over here, it's the same corn, 108 day. And it's drier, and it's doing pretty daggone good. But if you see, you'll lose 100 bushels just for 3 or 4 points. So I don't know if it, I think it's worth it to cut corn wetter. You get it all. And the drying doesn't cost as much as 100 bushels as you're losing out of the dry down and your header lost. And you just, I don't know, but I'm going all the way down this row right here and it's still over 200. So, or close to 200. So that's, I'll admit, this seed consultant it's some pretty good corn. Even the 85 day was good corn. But this corn right here is really good corn. 108 day, they said it was good corn. So just give you all something to think about. So I mean, it's getting drier. The only problem is you lose 100 bushels, or it's over 100 bushels now you're losing when you let it dry down so much. I wish we had our own dryer and tanks. I could cut it at 23, 24 and get 300 bushels and you're still gaining. I don't know. Who knows? What's everybody else think? Alright, so I haven't been videoing too much today. I've been just steady, relaxing, and cutting. I got a lot of corn cut today. So there goes Thomas here. Thomas, let me put you on YouTube. They got a new green cart. And they are running that truck to death. It's got dirty, can't see him. But hi, Thomas. Lane was driving it yesterday. I think Lane's in the green cart today. I'm gonna go over there and make a video of them cutting. They got all red equipment, so I really don't like videoing that because junk. Red equipment is junk. But they got red equipment, so I'll go over. They're big time farmers, so I'll go over there and make a video of them. So I'm gonna go over here and I gotta empty in the hopper and then go over here. I wish I had a hopper or a grain cart myself. I wouldn't have to be driving all the way back up to the truck. Not much going on, just cut corn. The yield has been very well. I like this. I'm still at the 108 day farm. It's a pretty big farm, so it's taking a while, but the 108 day seed consultant has been a very impressive corn this year. I mean, we thought it would be. We have another big field back on a different farm, and that's the one I think I've showed you a lot, is that one. This is a different farm, but it looks good and it's yielding really good. I mean, really impressive. So, of course, you know, you got your sand hills that kill your overall yield, but when you're running through the field, it's nothing to stay at 250, 225, 250 steady, and then you'll even hit higher than that occasionally. But then, you know, you get to the sand hill and you'll have 50 bushels. you know, there's some spots on this field I'm getting ready to go to. It's got a really bad sand spot, and it'll probably read 0 on there. But overall, it's, you know, no corn's going to grow because, like I said, we didn't have no rain the last part of growing season. I'm glad I put it in early. I know I've said that enough, but I'm glad we put it in early, all of our late corn too, because it has really made a big difference. I think, like I said, I think the people that put it in late are going to be very disappointed. So we just didn't get that rain. Just didn't get that rain like we needed to finish it out for them, and probably to put a little bit more test weight on our stuff. So I don't know. I'll show you this pond up here. This pond is full, even just about with the ground. I'll show you how dry it is. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you see all that bank showing? It's never like that. That water is all the way up to that grass line. All the way, it's normally all the way up to here. And that's how far down it is. I mean, it's just dry, and it keeps getting drier. We just can't catch a break. So, get ready to go cut this. 108 days seed consultant. Bringing it in there, Eden. Very impressed with this corn. Very impressed. Now I know I show you all the good yields. We really ain't had a bad yield on the long season corn yet. Look, there's a bad spot. There's a part corn didn't come up in that row. So there you go. But when we get over on this field, there's like a really bad dry sand. If you all, I know I say sand hills. I know I always bring up sand hills, and some people in here don't understand what I mean when I say sand hills. Because I'm sure if you're out west or somewhere like that, you don't have that. You know, you got 6 feet of topsoil. We don't. But I will. Let me get. It's so hard to hold the camera and get lined up. I will show you what I mean when I say sand hills. When I say sand hills around this area, how bad it is. It'll probably reach 0. And that's what's going to kill it. This field right here will probably average 260. This same field that I was hitting 366, 350 steady in. And but I guarantee you, when I hit that, just a small part of the field, it'll drop this average down so quick that it makes no sense to me. Just look at it. I mean, this is just steady in this whole field right here, all the way across. I mean, that's pretty much what it does the whole time. That's what she does the whole time in this field. I mean, it's, and you can tell it's bringing it in, because I mean, it's, here, let me wipe that off. Oh, there you go. I mean, it's steady bringing it in there. But that's a great yield. But I guarantee you, when I get done, the yield will only be 160. Because no matter if you're doing, I think this is a 32 acre field or something. If I'm doing, I could be doing 30 acres. And if I hit 2 acres where the sand hill just kills it and reads 0 or 15, or it just brings that average on this field down. It's just crazy how it does it. And it won't pick it up as quick as it drops it. So it is what it is, but it's still good corn overall. I mean, this is really good corn. Now, I did cut that P1222 field, the sandier field that I planted, and it didn't do but like 150 or something. and you know that's not great. But it's got a lot of sand in it too, especially on the back side of the field. And let me get mine up here, and it just kills it. Really, it was 150, 130. It was something like that. I can't remember. It was good. It was 200 and some. And a lot of the field, but then there's a stretch of sand hill that runs through the back side of that field, and it just killed it. I mean, it was good corn, but it just killed it in them little spots. So the other field doesn't have that. It's got a little sandy spot, but it's not that like real sand dig stuff that don't grow anything. It's pretty much a good field all the way across, so that's where I really want to see how it is. And it don't matter what kind of corn you're planting in that one field, that sand spot, just like this field right here. This field's going, you know, I was hitting steady 250s. I was hitting 3 something in some parts of it. And, but over there, I don't care if you get rain. It just is sand. It just don't grow nothing there. So it's just in spots too, but man, that spot really kills your overall average. So anyway, that's what's going on today. Just steady cutting. Dad, he was on the excavator. We got around the field open, so he's pushing woods and everything back, all the limbs that are hanging, branches, because I'm going to be putting wheat on this farm. So we went ahead and pushed all that stuff out of the way, and then a hose busted, so I got to go get that fixed in the morning. My brother, he's hauling, he's steady at it. That's pretty much it. See? And if anybody's interested in this in the local area, Lindy Smith in Westover, she sells this Seek Salt corn. And it's, like I said, I was impressed with the 85 day and this. And the dry down, it dries down quick. The yield's good, but I think if you're in other states that watch me, I think it's from Ohio is where it says on the bag that it is a company. So, but here it is. It's some good stuff. Very good stuff. I think it is. Anytime you can get them yields on non-irrigated land on a dry year when the rain is just not here, you know, it's just, I'm impressed with it. So that's consistent, big time right there. I don't care what part of the country you're from. Non-irrigated, that works for me anywhere. So, well, my brother's back. I'm gonna get his trailer loaded so he can get rolling again. All right, I'll show you what a sand hill looks like. You can see the ground goes up, the road's going down, the highway going up in the air. That's what a sand hill does. It brings your average way down. And then as I'm getting up on good ground, you can see I'm coming up on top of it. I'm actually still on the sand hill. This is the highway. You see how the hill, it drops down over there. But I'm up on the sand hill, and this is what it does to your average. It'll be right around there. Now that's still good corn for a sand hill, but it kills your average. But as you can see, I'm getting back on flat, good ground. Now watch how the yield changes. And that's what's killing my average here. This is on top of everything, and I'll show you just so you can see. I'll be coming back down on the other side. For some reason, the corn's a little bit wetter on top of the sand hill and better than it is coming down on the different. I don't understand it this year. It's just weird. But as you can see, I'm right on top, and you're ready to come down the hill, and you'll see how it changes. that? I'll show you this whole round, start to finish. I hit 300 and some in one spot, and down to 140 in another spot. It's just crazy. That's the end. I mean, that's just a crazy round. And you can see I'm back down. I'll show you here. You can see how the hill is. See, you can't see the other side of the highway. And it's just crazy. The corn is 300 and some bushels on top, and it's 150 bushels on the bottom, and it should just be the opposite. I don't understand it. But it's good corn. Seed Consultant 108 day. I can't remember what the actual number of it is, but it's good corn. I mean, if you can, you know, have 300 and some bushels, and then your lowest is, what was it, 140 on the bad spots on a dry year, I'd say that's pretty damn good. Because if it had been a good year, you would have seen 275, 300 everywhere. Going to the truck to unload. I need a green cart. Well, I just went and helped my buddy put his fire out. He was cutting corn, had a bearing go out, and I was cutting corn where I was, and I could see it from over top of the trees. It looked bad, so I went and I called him, and he had a tractor and disc about 2 miles down the road from where he was cutting, and about 2 miles from me. So I ran and got the disc, and the fire department, everybody was there, but they couldn't do much with it. They were doing the best they could, but the best way to put out a wheat fire or a corn fire is with a tractor and disc. Went out there and started knocking it down, and thanks to all the fire companies that were out there, Stonehill, Girdle Tree, Stockton, Pride, Newark, I think y'all did. I'm in the fire company with them, but they were doing all the bull work. I was on a tractor. You know, it's no fun job when you're out there trying to put a field fire out. You get overwhelmed with it, and it gets you tired quick. But I'm sure Tommy appreciates it, so do I. They came out to our combine one year, it was on fire, and put it out. So it's you gotta have a lot of respect for volunteer members that take time out of their day to come and help you out. So appreciate it, guys. But I didn't get any video because I was on the tractor worried about putting the fire out. I didn't even think about videoing until after we got done. Tommy's son, my buddy's son, did get video of the fire, so I'm going to have to ask him if I can put it on here. Whether he lets me or not, you know, it's up to him. If he says no, I won't put it on there. If he says yes, I'll put it on there. And it won't be of me on the tractor, it'll just be of the fire itself in general. So, but it's out, it's over with, and no equipment actually got hurt. The combine didn't catch on fire. It actually just dropped a couple sparks out. That's what started it, and it amazes me that the combine never caught fire or anything. So, but anyway, like, subscribe, share. Appreciate everything, everybody, for watching, subscribing, staying tuned. So, see you. Pushing all this, look back, got everything done except for this little bit. It is some good corn. Let me see here, let's see if I can make it back. I'll show you this. Pretty good damn corn. Pretty good corn for 17-18% corn. I think it's 1087. It's Seed Consultant 1087 is the number. But I think it's good. Really good corn. Definitely gonna try it again next year. I mean, it's very impressive. I know you get tired of me saying that, but that's pretty impressive right there. Really impressive. So I'm gonna go dump this over on that hopper. I'm normally way higher than that, but I'm sitting down. The field sits down, the road sits up, so that's why it's pretty close. Got the whole farm done except for this little bit. Let's hope she holds up.